Hi, in this video I'm going to work out the following integral, the integral of x squared over the square root of 1 minus x squared dx. So, integral of x squared over square root of 1 minus x squared dx. Now we're going to use a substitution, and unless you sort of seen it before, you wouldn't know what substitution to make. So we're going to let x be equal to sine x, and possibly at A level they will tell you that. First thing we do in differential by substitution is differentiate that. So d theta is cos theta, and that means that dx will be equal to cos theta d theta. So applying that to this, we're going to have x squared, so it's going to be sine squared of x over the square root of 1 minus sine squared x, and then we're going to have cos theta d theta for dx. Okay, carrying on, we've got sine squared x. Now, using a trig identity, that 1 minus sine squared x is cos squared x. That comes from the idea that sine squared x plus cos squared x is equal to 1. We're going to now replace this bit inside the root sine, square root sine, to be cos squared x. We've still got a cos theta d theta here. Right, if you square something and square root it, it just becomes cos theta, and this still got the cos theta d theta. Notice I still haven't integrated, so I've still got the integral sign in. Obviously now the cos theta and cos theta now cancel out, so we now end up with the integral of sine squared d theta. Now in order to do that, there's a standard result which you should really learn at A level. So cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sine squared theta, which means that sine squared theta, if you make that the subject, is equal to a half times, in brackets, 1 minus cos 2 theta. So we now replace that being with a half outside the integral sign, brackets 1 minus cos 2 theta d theta. Now if we now integrate, so we've got a half, integral of 1 with respect to theta becomes theta. If you integrate cos, you get sine, so the sine stays the same. But we've got sine 2 theta, but if we differentiate that, we're going to put a 2 in front. So to compensate, we need to put a half in front. It is still minus because that was what there at the beginning, and we've now got a plus c. Right, let's just take stock of where we've got to. Okay, so we've now got to the idea that the integral of x squared over 1 minus x squared is equal to a half of theta minus a half sine 2 theta plus c, where x is equal to sine theta. We're going to do something with this sine 2 theta. So we've got half theta. Now we know that sine 2 theta, again, knowing your trig identities off the top of your head, rather than having to look on the formula book, it will help you greatly. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta cos theta, but we want a half of sine 2 theta, so it's just going to be sine theta cos theta. That's good because we can replace the sine theta with x. Okay, so we're going to have a half. Now theta will be sine to the minus 1 of x, rearranging this. So it'll be sine to the minus 1 of x. Sine theta is equal to x. But what we're going to use for cos theta? Well, one way to work that out is to draw a little right-angled triangle like that, where that's theta. We know that sine theta is x over 1, so it'll be x, and the hypotenuse will be 1. And then by Pythagoras' theorem, this will be the square root of 1 minus x squared. And therefore cos theta will be the square root of 1 minus x squared over 1, which I'm not going to bother writing in. So in here, for cos theta, I'm just going to write the square root of 1 minus x. And of course, don't forget the x squared, and don't forget the plus c. So this has been a video to show you how to do a more difficult example by using integration by substitution. I hope you've understood, and I thank you very much for watching.